कितवा पान है
17 page. Internet is my friend. दे मी बघते दे.
हम जर मिळाल
त्याच्यानंतर
जरा धीर धर सगळं रेकॉर्ड होत. ठीक आहे बोल.
आता परत हात लावू नको. हॅलो 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 you can hear me? There was some problem, net problem was there. So now already I have started. Now see, first one part which was left yesterday, that we'll do from this page. This is given that internet is my friend. And the questions are asked, collect the information. What are the symptoms of diseases like night blindness, rickets, beriberi, neuritis, pellagra, anemia, scurvy. Okay? So what are the symptoms of night blindness? So the people cannot see in relatively low light, or at night or in the dark they cannot see. Inability to see in relatively low light, that is called night blindness. Then rickets. Rickets is bow legs, then stunted growth. Now in the night blindness, the deficiency of vitamin A is there. Because of that, the night blindness is caused. Then rickets, that is the deficiency of vitamin D. So weak or soft bone, or pain is there in the bones, or bone fracture is there, stunted growth, bow legs. So these are all the symptoms. So you know, especially for the small children are kept in the sunlight early in the morning. So morning rays are very good. From that you get the vitamin D. Now beriberi is the deficiency of vitamin B1. Now beriberi is dry beriberi or peripheral neuritis. So wet beriberi or cardiac manifestation. So numbness in the hands or legs, difficulty in walking or mental confusion. So that is these are all the symptoms of beriberi. Then neuritis. This is a neurological manifestations. Now numbness, then infect sensation, or beefy or red tongue. So this neuritis causes because of the deficiency of B12, vitamin B12. Then pellagra, niacin, deficiency of niacin. So three infections are there. One is dermatitis, then scaly skin. Dermatitis means scaly skin. And diarrhea, that you know, loose motions, diarrhea. Then dementia means forgetfulness. Whatever you read, you forget. So that is the effect of, or what we say, these are the symptoms of pellagra. Then anemia. Anemia, you know, the iron deficiency. Now pallors of skin or pale skin you see, weakness you get, then inflammation of tongue, feeling very tired or you get confused. So when anemic condition is there, that time this happens. That is a deficiency of iron. Scurvy. Scurvy is deficiency of vitamin D. Now in this you get sore gums or poor wound dealing, loose teeth, anemia, swollen joints. So these are all the symptoms of scurvy. What do you mean by coenzymes? The next question is, what do you mean by coenzymes? So we have already done in the lower classes, but then also I'll just revise that. What do you mean by coenzymes? So coenzyme is a non-protein compound. It is necessary for the functioning of the enzymes. Okay? So non-protein compound is there, coenzyme, and this is necessary for the functioning of an enzymes. Then next question is, find the full forms of FAD, FMN, NAD, NADP. So FAD, full form of FAD, you can write down flavin, adenine, dinucleotide. Again I'll repeat, flavin, 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 adenine, ADENINE, then dinucleotide, DINUCLEOTIDE, dinucleotide. So FAD full form is flavin, adenine, dinucleotide. This type of full forms are asked in the paper for 1 mark. Then FMN. FMN. Here also flavin. The M stands for mononucleotide. So flavin, mononucleotide. So FMN is flavin, mononucleotide. Then next is NAD. NAD full form is nicotinamide, adenine, dinucleotide. So NAD full form is nicotinamide, adenine, dinucleotide. Then NADP. NADP is nicotinamide, adenine, dinucleotide, phosphate. So NAD and NADP, the difference you know. NAD full form once you know, so you can write the NADP full form also. So NAD is nicotinamide, adenine dinucleotide, and NADP is nicotinamide, adenine dinucleotide, phosphate. Okay. The next question is, fourth question, how much quantity of each vitamin is required every day? So you must know the quantity, how much you must conserve. So for the first we'll take the vitamin A. Vitamin A, adults require 750 micrograms. For children, 500 micrograms to 750 micrograms. And for the pregnant women or the lactation or the mothers, those who are feeding the child, for them 1200 micrograms. Now from what we are getting it, how much quantity is required and from where we'll get this vitamin A. So you must include in your food, carrots are there, vegetables, fish liver oil, milk, butter, cheese. So this you must include. So every day having a cup of milk or glass of milk is good for health. And eating vegetables, carrots, so that you will never get the night blindness problem. Next comes to vitamin D. Vitamin D, now how much of quantity is required? In adults it is 2.5 micrograms of 100 units. Then children 1 microgram of 400 units. Okay? So from where, which sources you will get? So those who are non-vegetarian, they can eat liver. Action of ultraviolet light means sunlight. You have to expose your skin to the sunlight. That is why you must have seen at Goa and all, most of the beaches, foreigners, they come to take the sun bath. Why? Because there they are not getting, in foreign countries, they are not getting the sunlight. So here in India they are coming, and especially on the beaches, they take the sun bath. And we feel that what shameless people are there, they are lying down on the beaches. But actually they are taking the sun bath, they require the ultraviolet light for the skin. Okay? Then from eggs also you get vitamin D. The next is vitamin E. Vitamin E, how much we require? So 10 international unit, IU. 10 international units, the vitamin E is required. From where you get? From plant oils or gem oils. So that is why we include in our diet the oil. We prepare the food using the different oil. Then vitamin K. Vitamin K 50 to 100 micrograms. Then from where you get? From green vegetables synthesized by bacteria in gut. So these green vegetables are very useful for us, and especially for the ladies, vitamin K is essential. Then vitamin C. Adults 60 to 70 milligram is required per day. Then pregnancy or the lactation period is there. That is for them 80 to 100 milligram. From where you get vitamin C? From the citrus fruits and from the vegetables. Next is folic acid. Folic acid, adults require 100 micrograms and pregnant women requires 300 micrograms. So the liver and vegetables are the main sources. So those who are vegetarian, they eat vegetables, and those who are non-vegetarian, they can eat liver and all. So they get this type of folic acid. Then thiamine. Thiamine also we require 1.2 milligram. Thiamine 1.2 milligram. Whole grain, from where we get more? From grains, from the yeast, from the pulses. So we must include in our diet the pulses also, and the curd and all also you must eat. Next is riboflavin. Riboflavin 1.7 milligram is required in our body. Now riboflavin from where you get? From the yeast, liver, meat, eggs, milk, vegetables. So eating vegetables is very, very important. Then milk is also important. Then next is pantothenic acid, B5. See here, this is not given in the textbook. This question is asked, internet is my friend, on page number 17. Those answers I am giving. It is not there in the textbook. Okay. So pantothenic acid B5. So pantothenic acid B5, how much it is required? 10 micrograms. And from where you get? From water soluble vitamins that is synthesized in the body, that is pantothenic acid. So all the water soluble vitamins, you must conserve it. From the fruits you get, fibrous fruits you get this all. Then B12, as you know about the B12, it is known to you about the B12, 2.4 milligram of B12 is required in our body. So milk or dairy products, fish, egg, so milk, butter, cheese, all these dairy products are very important. Fish also, eggs also. So in our diet, we must include all these things so that you will not get the deficiency of any of the vitamins. Now we'll turn to the next page. We have already done the mitosis. Okay? The 4 stages of mitosis. This we have already done yesterday. The shape of the chromosome. I told you the diagram. Label the diagram. It is P arm. For upper part, first one is P arm. Then centromere in the center. Then third is Q arm. And the fourth is DNA. Okay? Then we have learned yesterday the mitosis. Somatic cells and stem cells divide by mitosis. And we have done yesterday the 3 stages. So here this mitosis is completed through the 2 main steps. Those 2 main steps are karyokinesis, that means the nuclear division, and cytokinesis is the cytoplasmic division. So yesterday we did the karyokinesis. Karyokinesis is completed through 4 steps. The first is the prophase. In prophase, condensation of basically thin thread-like chromosome starts. Now in your textbook, the diagram is not clear, but I have kept the diagram. I will send that diagram also to you. But at present you see the textbook diagram, the prophase. So in prophase, the condensation of basically thin thread-like chromosome starts. Due to this, they become short and thick, and they start to appear along with their pairs of sister chromatids. Centrioles duplicate, and each centriole moves to opposite poles of the cells. Near nuclear membrane, the nucleolus starts to disappear. So here in prophase stage, the centrioles duplicate, and then what happens? It starts moving in the opposite poles, means up and down they go. And nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts disappearing. So this centrioles, they duplicate, they go up and down. The next stage, metaphase. In this, the nuclear membrane completely disappears. In the prophase, they start disappearing. And in metaphase, they completely disappear. And the chromosomes complete their condensation and become clearly visible along with their sister chromatids. Here the diagram is there on page number 18, metaphase diagram, but it is not clear. All chromosomes are arranged parallel to equatorial plane. That means they come to the central plane. You can see the line in the center. You can see some of the chromosomes are seen in the diagram. So they come in the equatorial plane or the central plane of the cell. special type of flexible protein fibers, spindle fibers are formed between the centromere of each chromosomes and both centrioles. So centrioles remains up and down, and this what happens? The chromosomes, they form spindle-like flexible proteins fibers. Spindle fibers are formed between centromere of each chromosome and both centrioles. The third stage is the anaphase. In anaphase, the centromeres split and thereby the sister chromatids are formed of each chromosome, separate, and they are pulled apart in opposite directions with the help of spindle fibers. Now, separated sister chromatids are called as daughter chromosomes. Chromosomes being pulled appear like bunch of bananas. So here you can see the diagram of anaphase. Okay, so they are pulled up and they are appearing like bunch of bananas. In this way, each set of chromosomes reach at two opposite poles of the cell. So this is about the anaphase. Now up to here we have done yesterday. Now the telophase. You can see the diagram of telophase. The chromosomes which have reached at opposite poles of the cell now start decondense, due to which they again become thread-like, thin, invisible. Now here also on page number 19 they have given the meiosis diagram, but page number 20 in your textbook mitosis of onion root tip is given. So in that also it is clear, but I'll send you the very clear diagrams on your WhatsApp. Now nuclear membrane is formed around each set of chromosomes reached at poles. Thus the two daughter nuclei are formed in a cell. Nucleolus also appears in each daughter nucleus. Spindle fibers completely disappears. In this way, karyokinesis complete and cytokinesis begins. Now, cytokinesis diagram is shown. That is figure number 2.7. The cytoplasm divides by cytokinesis, and the two new cells are formed, which are called as daughter cells. In this process, a notch is formed at the equatorial plane of the cell, which depends gradually, and thereby two new cells are formed. So you can see clearly the diagram. The two new cells are formed, the cytokinesis takes place. However, in case of plant cells, instead of the notch, a cell plate is formed exactly along the midline of the cell, and thus cytokinesis is completed. So cytokinesis is the short process. Okay. So two new cells are formed. You can see here the diagram. Mitosis is essential for growth of the body. Besides, it is necessary for restoration of emaciated body, wound healing, formation of blood cells, etc. So this is a very important mitosis. Cell division is very important. Then next comes to meiosis. In meiosis is completed through two stages. Those two stages are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Here clear diagrams are given in the textbook. Meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So meiosis is completed through two stages. Those two stages are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiosis 1, recombination, crossing over occurs between homologous chromosomes, and thereafter those homologous chromosomes those homologous chromosomes, not the sister chromatin, they are divided into two groups and thus the two haploid cells are formed. You can see in the diagram in the first meiosis part, stages are shown: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Then second meiosis part 2, prophase 2, metaphase 2. See how these chromosomes are arranged and how the centrioles goes up and down and they form the spindle-like fibers. Okay, so anaphase 2 is also a clear diagram. Telophase 2 is also clear diagram. So you can see that it is divided into two groups and thus two haploid cells are formed in meiosis. Then next page, meiosis 2. Meiosis 2 is just like mitosis. In this stage, the two haploid daughter cells are formed. In meiosis 1, undergoes division by separation of recombined sister chromatids and four haploid daughter cells are formed. So, in meiosis 2, the four haploid daughter cells are formed. You saw the diagram of meiosis 1, in that two haploid cells are formed. And in meiosis 2, the four daughter cells are formed. And they all are haploid. Process of gamete production and spore formation occurs by meiosis in this phase. Process of gamete production and spore formation occurs by this meiosis. In this type of cell division, four haploid daughter cells are formed from one diploid cell. Now from 2n cell, nn cells are formed. Haploid is n. Okay, and diploid is 2n. So during this cell division, crossing over occurs between the homologous chromosomes and thereby genetic recombination occurs. Due to this, all the four daughter cells are genetically different from the parent cell and from each other too. Now here one trial is given, the experiment is given, and see here when the school will reopen, I'll show you all the slides of mitosis and the meiosis. We have got all the slides, all the stages, so that we'll see when the school will reopen. Now here one experiment is given. Take the conical flask, glass slide, cover slip, forceps, compound microscope, watch glass, etc. This you know. This already you have done the experiments in the 9th standard. So you know what is the glass slab, conical flask, glass slide, cover slip, forceps and the compound microscope. Now what is the material used over here? A medium sized onion, iodine solution. So what you have to do? Say you take the onion, middle sized onion and peel it. Keep it in a conical flask filled with water in such a way that the roots of the onion will be in contact with the water. Observe the roots of onion after 4 days. Cut the tips of some of the roots and then put them in a watch glass. Pour some drops of iodine in watch glass. Now this, you get this spring onion. You can grow that even at home also. You take the onions, take one bottle. On that bottle means the mouth should be like that so that you can keep the onion above that. And fill that bottle with the water and keep the onion. After 3-4 days you will find that the roots are coming out, and then after that you can see the spring onion. Means those leaves comes, and those leaves are very good for health. So this also you can do the experiment. Now you are at home, so you can do this experiment. And what is given over here, you have to see you cut this few roots of the onion root and then observe it. Use the iodine solution. So for staining the nucleus. So take one of the root tip on glass slide, press it, and with the help of forceps, add 1-2 drops of water carefully. Place the cover slip over it in such a way that the air will not trap between, and observe the prepared glass slide under the compound microscope. Which phase of cell division did you observe? Sketch its diagram also. So this onion, you can grow the spring onions at home, and from the root tip also you can see the different slides or different stages of mitosis and meiosis. So various phases of cell division occurring in root tips of onion are shown in the following figure. See the figure. One of those could you see in the slide? So out of this one stage or one of the phase you can see, because it depends upon what stage it is, how long you have kept that onion, or how much of roots, or what is the growth of the root tips. According to that, you see that. And you can observe this slide under the microscope. Now use your brain power. Now they have given some questions over here. So we'll go through the questions. So first is given, what do you mean by diploid cell? So what is the meaning of diploid cell? Diploid cell that contains two sets of chromosomes. That is 2n. Okay? Diploid is 2n, always you remember. And haploid is n. Okay? So a diploid cell is a cell that contains two sets of chromosomes, that is 2n. Then what do you mean by haploid n cell? So haploid cell is a cell that contains a single set of chromosomes, that is n. Single set of chromosome is n. Then what do you mean by homologous chromosomes? What do you mean by homologous chromosomes? So here, one later, homologous chromosomes, a pair of chromosomes that are similar in shape and organization, they are called homologous chromosomes. So their shape is similar. So they are similar by shape and organization. So they are called homologous. Homo means same. Homologous chromosomes. Then next, whether the gametes are diploid or haploid. Why? Whether the gametes are diploid or haploid. Why? So the gametes are haploid as they have half of the number of chromosomes. Okay? So if n number of chromosomes are there, they are haploid. And if 2n number of chromosomes are there, they are diploid. Now next question, how are the haploid cells formed? So haploid cells are formed by a type of cell division that is called as meiosis. Always remember, through meiosis, haploid cells are formed, and through mitosis, diploid cells are formed. What is the importance of haploid cells? When haploid cells or gametes fuse, they form a diploid zygote. So N and N. So when these haploid cells, when they fuse, they form a diploid zygote. So that the chromosome number in the organism is restored. Okay. So these are the important questions were there, and here also now in your textbook also so many questions are there. First is the definition, and they have given about the you can able to write, or you want me to send the question answers. Hello. Now see, give scientific reasons. We'll continue with the next meeting so I can give you the answers. Okay? So here, uh, hello? Hello, you all can listen? Hello? Not sleeping, no? Now see, the first question, filling the blanks is there. After complete oxidation of a glucose molecule, how many numbers of ATP molecules are formed? So 38 numbers of ATP molecules are formed. At the end of glycolysis, dash molecules are obtained. So at the end of glycolysis, 2 molecules are obtained. Then genetic recombination occurs in third phase of prophase of meiosis 1. Then all chromosomes are arranged parallel to equatorial plane of cell in metaphase of mitosis. For formation of plasma membrane, phospholipids molecules are necessary. Now see, the last one, our muscle cells perform anaerobic type of respiration during exercise. Write definitions. Now definitions are given here. First is nutrition. As you have learned in the lower classes, the process of intake of food and its utilization by an organism, that is called a nutrition. So nutrition means you are taking the food inside and utilizing. Okay? Then what are nutrients? Nutrients are the components of food which provide energy and help in growth and maintenance of the body. So nutrients are the components of food which provide energy and help in growth and maintenance of the body. Then what are proteins? Proteins are macromolecules formed by bonding together many amino acids. Proteins are macromolecules formed by bonding together many amino acids. Next is cellular respiration. Let's complete. किती वाजले आता? मी ट्रेनिंग सांगितलं. ट्रेनिंग सांगितलंय झूम. आज तारीख किती आहे? 10 तारीख आहे. All teachers, headmasters and office of AMC primary, secondary, private, aided, admitted. Link दिलेलं आहे. YouTube वर आहे. हिने काय दिलंय, कोणता आयडी आहे, यूट्यूब लिंक आहे. अच्छा. हे असं असं डिस्टर्ब करत राहील तर कसं होणार मध्ये मध्ये. नीडेच. हे मला काहीतरी दे ना. कसलं रे मध्ये मध्ये पाठवते? तुला काय कामधंदा नाहीये का? ऑनलाईन अध्यापक किती वाजले आता? 11 वाजता.